One time, when Suga was still a kid, his family was going through financial difficulties and had to sell their piano. For young Min Yoongi, that piano wasn't just an instrument, it was something he genuinely loved. He cried a lot when it was taken away and made a promise to himself that one day he would buy it back. As the years passed, life became busy, his struggles grew bigger, and that childhood promise slowly faded from his memory. But years later, after becoming famous, something unbelievable happened. An army bought an old piano and noticed that Suga's name was engraved inside it. Realizing it had once belonged to him, the fan arranged for it to be returned. When Suga saw the piano again after all those years, he became emotional and reportedly hugged it while crying. It felt like a piece of his childhood had finally come home, but that heartwarming moment came after years of pain, sacrifice, and struggle. Before BTS changed the world, Min Yoongi's dream of becoming a musician was something many people around him didn't understand. His family worried constantly about his future because music didn't seem like a stable career. His father wanted him to focus on a more secure path, and while his parents cared about him, they couldn't fully support his dream in the beginning because they were already dealing with financial hardships. Money was always tight, and there were times when even basic necessities were difficult to afford. While many people now see Suga as a successful idol and producer, very few remember how difficult those early years really were. To support himself and continue pursuing music, Yoongi worked multiple part-time jobs. One of those jobs was food delivery. He would spend long hours working while also trying to write songs, produce beats, and improve his skills as a musician. Then one rainy day, tragedy struck. While making a delivery, he was involved in an accident when a vehicle hit him. The accident seriously injured his shoulder, but because he desperately needed money and didn't want to give up on his dream, he continued working and practicing despite the pain. For years, he performed while carrying an injury that never fully healed. Fans often noticed him looking uncomfortable on stage, but many didn't realize how much pain he was hiding behind his calm expression. Even with constant shoulder pain, Suga never stopped creating music. Music was never just a career for him, it was the thing that kept him moving forward. Whether he was exhausted, injured, or struggling emotionally, he continued writing lyrics and producing songs. He spent nearly 10 years learning and practicing guitar while also teaching himself more about music production. Long before he became a global star, he was already spending countless hours in studios, sleeping very little, and dedicating almost every moment to improving his craft. His passion for music was so strong that even physical pain couldn't stop him from creating. His health challenges didn't end with his shoulder. At one point, he had to undergo appendix surgery, something that would force most people to take a complete break from work. But Yoongi was different. Even while recovering, he continued thinking about music and writing songs. One famous example is the BTS track Trivia Juan Seesaw, which he worked on during the period surrounding his appendix surgery and recovery. Instead of using his time off to completely disconnect, he poured his thoughts and emotions into songwriting. That's the kind of dedication that has defined his entire career. Years later, after enduring shoulder pain for almost a decade, Suga finally underwent shoulder surgery in 2020. The operation forced him to temporarily step away from promotions and performances so he could properly heal. For many fans, it was heartbreaking to see him miss activities, but it was also a reminder of just how much he had sacrificed over the years. The injury he had been carrying since that rainy day accident had finally caught up with him, yet even during recovery, his focus remained on music, creativity, and finding ways to connect with fans. Today, when people look at Suga, they see a world-famous rapper, songwriter, producer, and member of BTS. They see sold-out concerts, chart-topping albums, and countless awards. But behind all of that success is a boy who cried when his piano was sold, a teenager who worked delivery jobs to survive, a musician who created songs while dealing with injuries and surgeries, and a dreamer who refused to give up even when almost nobody believed in him. Suga's story isn't just about becoming a K-pop idol. It's about resilience, passion, and proving that even when life keeps knocking you down, you can still keep moving forward one step at a time.